Hi guys, and welcome to another daily review with Adrian H. Today I'm just going to do another quick one on the LevelLogic indicators. I have just done a full review with the high time frame analysis as well, which will be in my channel too if you want a more in-depth view without the indicators. All right, let's begin. So we're going to, we've had it like another PO3 basically here. So we can see through Asia and London, Asia's opened up and we've taken PDH here. We had SMT with ES and we're getting this accumulation range. New York AM into Q3 again, manipulation, and then we've gone into expansion, which ideally should keep going up for a Friday high of the week. So let's switch on C's H4 and we can see there how order flow was playing out during the day. Just change that, sorry, to the 4 hour. Okay, so we can see here, so we've opened, we've gone internal range to external, and then we've switched here after our PDH sweep, and then we're going internal to external, internal to external, down into London. So trend continuation on the H4. We then have external to external, external to external for our reversal. And now we're doing, so for the PM we went internal into the 50th percentile, and now we're heading to external. Same thing into the next day for Asia, internal to external. And the new H4 that we've got now, we can expect continuation for the Friday half of the week, internal. We're looking around the median and the 50th there to external to keep going into London. So very nice order flow there. Manipulation. And then we're coming back up. Let's have a look at more. So I have more set on the H4s. Get rid of C's there. And so more is showing us the open retests after we have a sweep. So we get our H4 sweep here, leading into 2120. And we do our standard deviation pull from that too. And then we can look at SD 1.5 and SD 2.5. So nice confluence with more there. Into our reversal, confluence for the short. And then we have our open low sweep and 83% retest here. So once we sweat the previous H4, more opens up and we hit that retest sort of straight away. And this was into that midnight open. And then we come through for another one here. So we sweep the low here. So we sweep the low here. Put that set to... I'm on the wrong time frame. Sorry, guys. I'll just change this back to the 4 hour. That's better. Okay. So we sweep the low for the 4 hour. And then we had a retest level here. And then we come down, we sweep the 4 hour low. And this one shows 52%. Which is pretty low, so we're happy sort of for continuation here, as this is not our normal pivot time. And then we sweep the low again and more triggers, which shows 78% now for the open retest. So that comes on once the low here is swept. We get a nice little reversal pattern in here and expansion then to SD1. We then come into the next H4 for the 6 o'clock open. We sweep London high. We come in here, we put in a swing failure pattern there. And so once we sweep that 4-hour high, then more opens up. And that's showing 66% retest. And nice confluence then for price to come back down. This is into our manipulation for the day. So we're looking for that Q3 manipulation to Q4. Once we sweep the low, more opens up again. And these ones are better because we have a larger gap between the open to where it expands down to. So this 10 o'clock open, this has given us 67% probability here for the retest. And then we have our 5-minute OB here. So the idea is to get long here, stop below here. We're going to either target this retest, or if we're looking for our power of 3, we want to try and catch the expansion here of the 4-hour and ideally into PM continuation. So once we get that close above, we look to enter off of this order block, stop below there, and want to target the next session high, which is here, Asia high, our previous session high, sorry. Price then continues up into the PM and then more triggers again after we sweep the high and the low here from that open. So the 1400 4-hour open was at 71% chance probability of being retested. So we come into the 1500 candle to the 3 PM, and that's gone open high, rejects Asia high, and then comes down to test that level. This is our current 4-hour, so we have, once we come up, this is only 8% chance of being retested, so high chance of continuation here. Once we come back, we've got this order block here now at the moment. Expect that to hold and 50% of that, and price to continue up with only 8% probability that price will return to the 1800 open. So very nice confluence with more. Once again, showing our H4 swing points. And then we can align them with our standard 5-minute break of structure or change in state of delivery to then ride these moves up and down with each swing. So we'll just turn off more of that nice bounce there. And let's have a look at hyper for the day. So as we're going through, we can see hyper's switched to green here as it's looking for all these levels of liquidity on the way. We keep coming down and we're looking for those 2 o'clock or 3:30 sort of swing points for London. So if we use our replay tool and we come back to here, turn off the higher time frame candles there and try and make this a bit cleaner for everyone. So at this stage in London, we're in Q3. We've taken the low. We've got 86% probability of this high, 83 for this next one, 80, 75, 79. These 90% for end of day all the way. And our SD1 here. So price comes out, takes out a heap of the liquidity there, and then switches to red. So we can see the red coming up here now. We've had that swing failure pattern. And we can do a standard deviation of this as well. So pull from the low that made the high to the high. And then you want to look for short positions from that retest here. Stop above that swing failure pattern. And we target then SD 1.5. I'll draw these on as we're going. Sorry, I'll try and make this as quick as I can. So the idea behind these trades is that we enter each trade on a separate account. So ideally over 4 accounts. You can see we had, the percentage levels there for these to get hit as well. And the London trade from over here, the idea, once we break structure here, we come back into the zone and the longs are from here. And I'm targeting SD 1.5 and higher, just in case we had that London low of the day. I ended up, after this swing failure pattern, I had my stop loss to break even here after the London sweep, and that ended up getting taken out at break even. And then we come into our next 4-hour candle for 10 o'clock. Take out the low. Now mirror has switched to green and we have the liquidity up here. So low percentages for the current hour, but still pretty high here. The other high. So that Asia high was sitting at 91% by end of day. So a good target there for the longs. We get our bullish engulfing here, which turns the last down close candle into a bullish order block. And then we want to long that. And we're also at the 10 o'clock macro. So the idea being that this H4 is going to open low and then high close. And then we want to target Asia high. And for extra extensions, we can look for these standard deviation levels, which are now being used for the next day. So nice to see. This is the hyper, this other green that's in here, because there's no liquidity now in hyper down for the lows. And so the new low comes in now, and that's 45% probability for the current hour, 45% end of day, 40 down here, 43 for end of day. So more confluence for continuation up to these, which is still sitting around 91% by end of day. Low for the current hour, so plausible consolidation coming into the lunch hour. You can see we get our retracement there. We can draw an OTE for that as well. We go up to the high. Template, standard deviation, OTE. So we do our OTE. Oops, template, OTE. See, let's come back to the 0.5. Have our ICB in here. And coming into 12:30. Let's keep moving that along. And pushing up. Not much of a macro open low at all for that 1 p.m. It's just taken off from there. Taking that next high. Still got 92% for end of day, 91% up here. And that was the Asia high. Oops. So we've got our TP here. You can see now that it's after we've taken that high, that hyper has now switched to red. Even though the levels down here are still low probability. So So good to see those low probability moves. Data, if you were looking for shorts up here, just to stay out of it and let the consolidation happen for the PM. True day open retest there. Another inverted civvy. And that's it to end the day. So a nice, like we said, another power of 3, which we've had a lot of these this week. It's been really good. Really enjoy days like this where we get that build up of liquidity. Build up of liquidity here. This is our accumulation range, manipulation, and then you want to get long off the manipulation for the expansion. We might have a quick look at C's just on the higher time frame here as well. So we can also use it for our daily to give us an idea of where the daily in 12 hours is pretty good to see where the manipulation is bound to occur. See on that 4 hour, we're down to that 50th external. And here's the daily. So we came down to daily median. And then external median was up here. So lots of confluence for that low with the indicators. Let's have a look at the 12 hour. This is our current one, so we want for continuation to go, so internal to external, and continuation up here for Friday high of the week. So here's our 12 hour coming to external median as well. Nicely tagged. It's just such a good indicator. There's nothing better than having statistical data backed information to help confluence with your trades. Especially these, like when we're coming down into quarter 3, quarter 4 manipulation into the external range of the H4, daily median, got 50th percentile as well on the 4 hour. Lots of confluence for price to then come back up to the other side of the H4. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. I want to try and keep these short videos for these, just to make them a little bit more interesting and not too boring for everyone. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. And we'll catch you guys next time.